Novella here, and welcome to Trendsetter Episode 5. Hindi ako makapaniwala na naka 5 episodes na tayo ng Trendsetter. Pero kung hindi niyo pa napapanood yung episodes 1 through 4, you can check out a playlist I made on that. Mapapansin natin na halos lahat ng mga nag-trend this week ay tungkol sa ABS-CBN Franchise Denial. So nag-decide ako na doon muna ako magpa-focus. So kung hindi kayo interesado doon or nandito lang kayo to hate, as Alex Gonzaga says, next video ka na lang muna. Alam ko nakaka-feature ko lang kay Locsin sa series na to, but man, I stand this woman. Maraming mga artista ang piniling gamitin ang boses nila para sa kanilang TV network, pero meron ring mga artista na piniling tumahimik na lang. And during the Noise Barrage last Saturday, Locsin gave a speech in which she addressed some of those celebrities.
Mga kasamahan kong artistang hindi nagsasalita! May karir pa ba kayo? Wala na kayong network! Kahit magpa-clip kayo dyan sa Instagram! Mag-send kayo ng mga sad face! Mga porn icons! Hindi nyo nadadamayan ng mga katrabaho nyo na dahilan kung bakit kayo sumikat!
I have high praises for Locsin because even if speaking up could have its long list of repercussions and consequences, she chose to do it anyway. Sana pagkatapos natin ilista lahat ng mga excuses natin, at the end of the day, we'll still choose to boldly stand up for what we believe in. Pagkatapos ng announcement ng ABS-CBN Franchise Denial, emotions were everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Umabot ang emosyon sa mga anak ng Kongreso. Students of a particular university decided to passive-aggressively tweet their schoolmates asking what their stands were. Dahil dito, may dalawang anak na nag-trending dahil sa mga statements nila. Mikee Defensor, yung daughter ng anak kalusugan representative na si Mike Defensor, said, "I think to assume that we share the same opinion is unfair. At the end of the day, I'm not the one in Congress. And more importantly, I am not my father." Nag-respond rin ang anak na lalaki ni Locsin, Noel, with a little bit of a different tone. "Damn, my mom really voted for the terror bill and denial of the franchise renewal for ABS-CBN. Pick a struggle and go, you fascist. Someone please let me move in with them." He later tweeted also saying, "Update, my mom didn't vote herself. She deputized another representative to vote in her place who voted yes on the denial. So in this instance, she's just a coward who is scared of pressure from upstairs. Still voted yes on the anti-terror bill though, so she's still a fascist." May dalawa akong thoughts sa certain issue na to. And first is, let's not misplace our anger. Naiintindihan ko na lahat tayo malungkot o galit. Nakikiisa ako sa lahat ng mga apektado sa desisyon ng Kongreso. But attacking the kids of politicians and going as far as cyberbullying them or even blaming them for their parents' decisions, I think there's a better way to get our point across. Huwag natin awayan ang isa't isa dahil alam naman natin kung ba't talaga tayo nandito. We're here not because of the decisions of the children, but because of the decisions of their parents. So as much as possible, let's not misplace our anger. Let's stay level-headed, focused, and let's be respectful as we disagree. Hindi natin malalaman yung buong kwento o konteksto kung ba't ganun yung tone ni Kito sa mga tweets niya. I'm sure there's a lot that we don't see. But I would just like to encourage everyone that as we fight for our human rights, let's not lose our humanity. Lagi ko tong sinasabi at sasabihin ko siya ulit, let's let this time bring out the best of the Filipino people and not the worst. May magandang quote from Danilo Araw, a UP professor and journalist. He said, "If a son or daughter criticizes a parent's reprehensible political stand, it's not just a case of children going against their parents. It should be seen as the youth's realization that there's a bigger family worth fighting for." On July 10, ipinahayag na ang application for franchise renewal ni ABS-CBN ay na-deny ng House of Representatives. The voting committee was comprised of 85 regular members and 39 ex officio members or House leaders. Ito ang listahan ng voters at ang votes nila. 70 ay bumoto ng yes sa franchise denial at 11 ay bumoto ng no. May isang nag-abstain at 2 ay hindi bumoto dahil sa conflict of interest. Bago natin pag-usapan ang mga repercussions ng desisyon na to, gusto ko muna mag-rewind. Noong March 10, sabi ni NTC Commissioner na si Gamaliel Cordoba na susunod sila sa payo ng Department of Justice at bibigyan nila ang ABS-CBN ng provisional authority habang hinihintay pa ang renewal. On May 5, NTC orders ABS-CBN to stop its broadcast operations due to its expired franchise.
This is ABS-CBN Corporation Channel 2 in the service of the Filipino. Now signing off.
Naganap ang first hearing noong May 26, then there came a total of 12 public hearings ending with a 10-hour one on July 6. Hindi ko sinasabi na perfecto si ABS-CBN. I read the working group recommendations to the House of Representatives, which is basically the summary of the hearings at yung recommended decision nila. On page 39, there's a list of the discussed allegations. Number 1, yung dual citizenship ni Gabby Lopez. Number 2, issue ng PDRs at foreign ownership. Number 3, breaking the franchise parameters. Number 4, tax avoidance. Number 5, the use of a dummy subsidiary. And number 6, the regularization of employees. Lahat na diniscuss na allegations ay may explanation, pero yung gusto kong banggitin ay may nanotice ako sa mga adverbs at adjectives na ginamit ng working group. Parang may certain uncertainty or unsureness. Example, Mr. Lopez's doubtful citizenship or ABS-CBN's possible violation, questionable tax avoidance schemes. Mababasa mo rin to sa document mismo, the words doubt, could have, appears, or reason to believe. Of course, you can take this with a grain of salt kasi hindi naman ako lawyer, but I think I was hoping that with a decision that would make such a great effect on the Filipino people, there would be more conclusive evidence. Pero kasi sa paggamit ng ganitong adjectives or adverbs, it seems like they were not beyond reasonable doubt not to grant ABS-CBN a renewal. Sa unang pahina ng recommendation, it reads, "It is through this role that it becomes legally viable for the government to impose its own values and goals." Later, it says it may impose regulations to see to it that broadcasters promote the public good deemed important by the state. And so, sa pag-shutdown ng ABS-CBN, we see that the government's own values and goals were definitely imposed kahit ayon sa isang SWS survey, 75% of Filipinos believe the franchise should be renewed. So did they really promote the public good? Dahil sa 70 na bumoto kontra sa ABS, nag-shutdown rin ang ABS Regional, Sports, Current Affairs, MOR, and ABS-CBN University. May nakita akong tweet talking about the creative communication management, how from a department of 170 people on September 1, only 15 of them will still be employed, and this is only the tip of the iceberg. ABS-CBN Corporation at ang mga subsidiaries niya ay may total na 11,071 employees, and last year, they paid more than 20,000 workers and suppliers. At hindi lang to, inisip ko rin yung mga restaurants sa Sergeant Esguerra na mawawalan ng mga customer, yung mga jeepney drivers or FX drivers na matatanggalan ng mga pasahero, makeup artists, PAs, personal drivers, bodyguards, ang mga artistas. These are real lives with real livelihoods being taken away. Sabi niyo para to sa public good. But what is the good that the public reaps? Especially ngayon sa gitna ng pandemya na lahat nga nahihirapan. Who is benefiting from this? Habang sinusulat mo yung comment mo calling me sweetie or dear or iha, I first want you to imagine. Imagine what it feels like coming home to your family that you have to feed, coming home to your children who need gadgets for online classes or your husband who needs medicine. Imagine telling them during a crisis, wala na akong trabaho. Isipin mo yung takot ng isang ina, ama, na hindi niya alam kung paano babayaran yung mga bills, grocery, tuition. Our economy is dropping. People are already jobless and starving, and this decision just added more Filipinos to the list. Tapos sasabihin lang ni Senator Bato na hanap na lang ng ibang trabaho? Kung inisip talaga natin yung public good, would it have been so hard to penalize ABS-CBN instead? Give them stricter guidelines. Sige, sabihin natin na ABS-CBN could have done better, just like any other company. Did this really merit the complete denial of their franchise? Senate President Pro Tempore Ralph Recto said that it's like imposing a death penalty on ABS-CBN in a literal season of death. Pero parang pinapakita ng mga post-denial statements ng mga politicians ang totoong value values and goals ng kaso. House Deputy Speaker Villafuerte Jr. suggested na kung mahal talaga nila ang 11,000, ibenta ng mga Lopez ang kumpanya. It makes me ask, was this about the company or the Lopezes? 4 na araw pagkatapos ng shutdown, President Duterte said in one of his speeches, "I am very happy."
Alam mo bakit? Sabi ko, without declaring martial law, I dismantled the oligarchy that controlled the economy of the Filipino people.
Sabi naman ni Roque na hindi ito tungkol sa Lopez family, pero prior to that, we've seen President Duterte's threats starting 2018, cursing Gabby Lopez, saying that he will reject the renewal of their franchise. In 2019, he said that he will personally see to it that ABS will be out of business by 2020. And it happened. I don't know. I just hope that regardless of your position or political stance or age or status, at the end of the day, we all decide to move in compassion, especially in this time of crisis. Anyway, that concludes Trendsetter episode 5. Kung may mga thoughts kaya, you can leave them down below. But again, keep it kind because hate is not condoned on this channel. Give this video a thumbs up kung may natutunan kayo at subscribe kung hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe. Don't forget to tweet me kung may mga requests kayo in the middle of the week for me to do here on Trendsetter. Use the hashtag Trendsetter by JB. Anyway, I will see you guys later and let's all be a little kinder. Bye!